If I have done my work to build my personal brand, I will not be replaced by generative AI, and I will still be sought after and in high demand because I have emotional connection with this world. But if marketers, copywriters, bloggers never built their personal brand, they will be replaced by generative AI.
The rise in AI is really affecting the digital marketing and personal brand, especially starting 2025 and going forward. For that reason, I have my dear friend Vladimer Botsvadze on the show. He's an advisory board member at the USA AI Institute and one of the world's top AI speaker and mentors to many startups. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that you are here. And we're going to talk about the subject that I'm very interested about, the rise of the AI and digital marketing and personal branding. Because as you know, digital marketing is an ecosystem of everything. As your personal brand and everything else, from the web, from your social media, is an ecosystem, is a foundation. Let me first ask you, how did you start your journey? How did you became interested in this field? What is your story?
Hi, Rami. It is a pleasure to be a guest on your podcast. Many thanks for this invitation. I truly appreciate. I'm going to share my award-winning expertise that I have gained in New York, in Washington, D.C., in London, Dubai. So I'm sure that your audiences will be inspired by my insights and authentic story. So I think, I'm a curious guy. I was born in 1987 in Georgia. I grew up in Georgia in 90s. In 2006, when I completed my bachelor, my second year of my bachelor studies in Georgia, I was involved in summer exchange work and travel program. I got a J1 visa from the U.S. Embassy. I moved to Washington, D.C. in June 2006. I lived on the outskirts in Washington D.C. in Silver Spring. So I had a week training in D.C. And so I was at the same time I was exploring downtown D.C. Very amazing place. I made great friends. They were showing me around. So after completing my trainings once I got my certificate. When I was sent with my colleague to Menezes, 25 minutes drive from Washington, D.C. So I lived in Menezes, and I think the last station is in George Mason University metro station in D.C. And Menezes was a bit far from Fairfax. So I was working in Menezes and Fairfax for 2 months. So in September, then I moved to New York City. And it was a transformational experience for me. So I started seeing the world faster, easier, clearer. U.S. experience is worth its weight in gold. I mean, I moved to New York City and my CV was empty, Rami. My CV was empty.
Wow.
So I started visiting New York City Public Library. I was hanging out at Bryant Park. Grabbing coffee from Starbucks in the corner, exploring immersing myself in self-education, reading books. So in October, I left US, and then in 2008, I completed my bachelor's degree in computer engineering. So then I was enrolled in a master's program in international economic relations. So in 2009, I moved to London for the first time. I was studying business English that's focused on customer experience, marketing. And so at the same time, I was working in downtown London in business development. I was working for 20 offices in downtown London. I acquired practical and useful skills that I used to build my personal brand on social media. So in 2010, I completed my master's in economics. In 2013, I completed my PhD degree in supply chain management. In 2014, in March, I attended a practical conference in Dubai Internet City, where I was. The topic of conference was building a personal brand and utilizing social media for reputation building. So I was very interested in personal branding. Important. I understood how important it was to build a solid presence on Twitter. So at that time, Twitter was very promising network because
Yep.
I followed everyone and they followed me back. So in 6 years from 2014 to 2020, I built my following from 0 followers to 57,000 followers because I was working 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day.
Wow.
So in 2015, my efforts paid off when I won my first award. I was recognized a number 65 B2B marketing Twitter influencer by Analytica, which is based in London. Then in 2017, I was among top 100 virtual reality influencers by Analytica. In 2018, I was among top 100 digital transformation influencers by Analytica. So three awards in 3 years from 2015 to
Wow.
2018.
Congratulations.
Yes. So in 2019, I was recognized number 6 global AI influencer by Thinkers360, which is a first open platform for global thought leaders. In 2020, I was ranked number 1 global marketing thought leader by Thinkers360. Number 1 worldwide. Rami, number 1
Wow.
worldwide.
Wow.
So this number 1, just one award, number 1 global marketing thought leader, opened up so many doors for me. I joined speakers bureaus. For the first time in 2021, I was invited to the judging panel of the Digital Revolution Awards. I judged nominations such as outstanding contribution to Microsoft ecosystem and Tech Star of the Year. In 2022, I was invited as a mentor to take off Istanbul Startup Summit. And they already built 6 unicorns in Turkey. And when I was invited in the startup ecosystem in Turkey that produced six unicorns, 7 unicorns, I was over the moon that my efforts paid off. So in 2023, I became a judge at the Webby Awards, an associate member of International Academy of Digital Arts and Sciences. At the same time, I became a mentor at Techstars founder Catalyst in Saudi Arabia and Techstars Detroit, powered by JP Morgan. So Uber was created.
Yes.
At Techstars, and that your Dara Khosrowshahi from Iran, who is in charge of Uber. So now 2024, I have been a guest on 60 global podcasts. I spoke at the Baku ID 2024, which was co-organized by Sabah Hub and Azerbaijan Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution, a part of World Economic Forum. I received so many invitations to speak at events. I'm also a mentor at Abu Dhabi SME Hub. As I know, I contribute to Techstars in Saudi Arabia. I work with speakers bureaus in Las Vegas, in Canada, in New York, in the UK. I'm recognized among the world's top 21 artificial intelligence speakers by AI Speakers Agency, sharing this honor with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. And I also joined the advisory boards of the United States Artificial Intelligence Institute, United States Data Science Institute, United States Cybersecurity Institute. So I won so many awards. Global gurus recognize me number 3 internet marketing guru, number 4 in the world. So number 1 was James Clear, number 2 Neil Patel, Jay Baer, number 3 Neil Patel. I'm number 4. Gary Vaynerchuk is number 5 in 2023. So with many awards. Wrestling Retail recognized me among top 100 retail influencers. Overall, I won 200 global awards, and I have been going from strength to strength, leaving no stone unturned, going to overdrive, very driven, very motivated. So I always look to my laurels.
That's, you have so many accomplishments, man, and I really congrats and I
have forgotten, Rami. I'm due to be published. I have been published in Success magazines January, February 2025 issue, and this interview
Wow.
will, yes, this interview will go live on the Success Magazine's website on the 6th of January,
Oh my God, I can't wait to listen and see that, man. I really proud of you, man. Proud of you. What you have done is amazing. So many accomplishments, and you work so hard. And when you get this is just I'm wondering, when you get up in the morning, what do you look forward to? Like what drives you? You get up and say, hey, I just want to go get another thing, or what really drives you when you get up in the morning?
I would love to make a positive impact on this world. I would love to make a difference in other people's lives. I would love to instill in other people that nothing is impossible. If they put in the work, the results will come. And I inspire this world to find their passion, to choose their passion, because I think 95% of people don't love what they do, and
Amen. You're right.
and only 5% who make a real difference in this world, who are passionate, who love what they do. And I love what I do. That's why I have sent 130,000 tweets. I posted more than 60,000 times on Instagram. I have my presence across 10, 15 social media channels. I have reinvested my last dollar into my website, VladimerBotsvadze.com. And Rami, nowadays, if you Google digital marketing keynote speaker, my website, VladimerBotsvadze.com, is ranked number one by Google. Number one
Wow.
by Google. So
Wow.
it is passion, it is passion.
That's amazing. But let's talk about that, because digital marketing and social media is changing rapidly, as you know, because you are in the field and you see it firsthand. And the rise of AI is really affecting the personal brand. Now you can clone your voice. Now you can write up on the chat GPT. Now you can write your blogs and so many other things that this AI can do for us to boost our personal brand. Is this a good thing or the bad thing?
Personal branding is only thing that can save you from everything in this age of AI and automation. And anyone, Rami, in marketing, coding, blogging, copywriting, is 85% replaced by generative AI, and 50% is your personal brand, Because if I have an emotional attachment to the world, and if I have done my work to build my personal brand, I will not be replaced by generative AI, and I will still be sought after and in high demand by this world, because I have emotional connection with this world, But if marketers, copywriters, bloggers never built their personal brand, they will be replaced by generative AI. It is clear as crystal, So I recommend everyone to build their personal brand, and the only thing that can make a difference is to build your personal brand from your heart, not from your head, But because majority, 99% of people build their personal brands from their head, they don't succeed. But only 1% build their personal brands from their heart. I have built my personal brand from my heart. That's why I have had this exponential growth in my career. I'm momentum oriented. I love what I do. This world loves picking my brain. And so AI is the most revolutionary technology, as you know. So I think I will not be replaced, but so many people are going to be replaced. And nowadays, graduates need to have middle-level manager skills to thrive in the labor market, because entry-level jobs are going away,
Wow. Do you think how important is this is a very common question that I get recently, that how important is personal brand for executive and C-level, C-suite in companies? Some executives, they don't believe that. They said, okay, it's just a company, it's not my personal brand. But I think personal brand, as you had mentioned, is so important for any person, including executives who are running a corporation or a business. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree, because it's very important, because as you know, the best example regarding building a personal brand is Elon Musk. As you know, Tesla does not have an advertising department, whereas competitor Mercedes-Benz spends $945 per car on advertising. Nowadays, Tesla's brand value is $72 billion, whereas traditional automakers like Mercedes-Benz and BMW stand at $23 billion, $22 billion. And
Wow.
what made Tesla dominant in this automotive industry is Elon Musk's personal brand, because Elon shows his heart, Elon shows his face, Elon shows his smile, Elon shows his passion. That is what customers love. And so direct consumer connection is a game, Rami, because Elon is transparent. Elon shares his everything. But whereas those traditional automakers burn cash on advertising, getting nothing in return, losing market share, and Tesla is becoming more dominant and dominant because of Elon Musk's personal brand. So Tesla is all about domination, not competition. But the rest of traditional automakers, they are all about competition, not domination. But Elon Musk is all about domination. So champions dominate,
But basically what I'm hearing is this. Elon Musk, or people like Elon Musk, they are successful right now. They are not selling their product or services. They are actually connecting from the heart with their audience. And when you do that, and then the audience will attract, and then you accomplish your goal, which is selling more and manufacturing more. Is that right? Like, he's actually connecting from his heart, from the people, and who is. Is
yes,
that right?
He's connecting with consumers from his heart, not from his head. So it is makes all the difference, because Elon is transparent. Elon loves showing his heart, his smile, his face, his passion. He shares Tesla's product updates with consumers. He builds trust. So it's all about building community. It's all about bringing consumers together, Rami. It is all about bringing consumers together and build emotional connection with your consumers.
Is that the philosophy for building the social media audience, rather than following followers, buying followers,
followers.
and then is a building community?
Rami, as I mentioned clearly, that I have emotional connection with the world, and I will not be replaced by generative AI. Elon Musk has his emotional connection with Tesla's owners. That's why Tesla is dominant, and Tesla is going from strength to strength, undoubtedly. So it makes all the difference. But the rest of executives and presidents of traditional automakers are not interested in showing their personality, building their personal brands, and they make a big mistake. That cost their brands dearly. Whereas Elon Musk strikes while the iron is hot and makes hay while the sun shines, connecting with consumers, sharing product updates, building trust, and that's why Elon Musk is in the listening business. He engages with Tesla's owners without a shadow of a doubt.
I think 2025, as you just mentioned, 2025 is a combination of artificial intelligence, and use it as a tool, but it's still, you have to connect from your heart and educate people, and then give them your offer. I think 2025 is going to be all about connecting with the audience, with the mass at the macro level. Is that right? This is what you see in 2025 is coming and go on, because with the new administration in the United States, Trump and all of that, and Elon Musk is a head of the advisory for government efficiency. A lot of stuff changing because the new administration bringing more smart people into the White House, and that's, I think, is changing the face of digital marketing and everything else.
Yes, because China is expected to become #1 global economy. I think in the early 2030s. I think because China is ahead in terms of AI, it is clear. So I think United States needs to catch up with China in terms of artificial intelligence, and to get ahead and to invest tremendously in this. The most revolutionary technology, So nowadays, for example, ChatGPT boasts 180 million users in 2024. In just 5 days, ChatGPT surpassed 1 million users, and ChatGPT got approximately 600 million visits per month. So around 60% of ChatGPT social media traffic comes from YouTube. Rami, I
Really?
think, yes, from YouTube, and around 12% of ChatGPT's users are Americans. Only 12%. Just imagine. So ChatGPT has a bounce rate of 32%, and each user spends on average 7 minutes and 32 seconds on the website.
That's amazing. Like I didn't know about that. That's a big number.
So just imagine how much time they took to reach 1 million users. For example, ChatGPT in 2022, 5 days. Instagram in 2010, 2.5 months. Spotify in 2008, 5 months. And then Dropbox in 2008, 7 months. Facebook 2004, 10 months. Foursquare 2009, 13 months. Twitter in 2008, 2 years. Airbnb 2008, 2.5 years. Then Kickstarter 2009, 2.5 years, and Netflix 3.5 years. So ChatGPT took 5 days to reach 1 million users.
Wow, that's unheard of. That's amazing. You know, going back to that, because one of your specialty is content creation, digital storytelling, and digital infrastructure. Do you agree that any person, from building a personal brand to the corporate brand identity, they must have a digital infrastructure in place? They have to have a digital foundation. Then they can build everything top of that. Is this a true statement?
Yes, because if what happened in the era of Henry Ford, someone bought 5,000 horses before the day Henry Ford created the car. So just imagine that when I was working in Washington D.C. area in Manassas, right? I used to see Blockbuster stores in my neighborhood, because it was
I
popular.
Blockbuster went out, yeah.
It was still popular to rent rent DVDs to watch films. So Blockbuster board members, smart people who made billions of dollars, they sat in the board. They discussed that our consumers are comfortable with visiting our stores and touching DVDs. They neglected to buy Netflix for $50 million. They totally ignored consumers. They were in their ivory towers. They missed this opportunity. They lost market share. They went out of business. So in 2007, Nokia was the market leader when Steve Jobs introduced iPhone to the world, right? So
Yes.
It is going ahead in 2008. So it is going ahead. I think Kodak lost market share. BlackBerry lost market share. So the brands that were consumer-centric, they became market leaders. So I think it is very important to be in the listening business and to listen to your consumers and not to be in the talking business as the vast majority of companies are, So it is very important to embrace AI, to invest in this most revolutionary technology. So if brands don't strike while the iron's hot, they will lose market share,
In 2025, going forward, do you think what would be the market share of the AI?
I think it will. The market. It is estimated that the AI market will reach $190 billion. $190
Wow.
billion. Yes,
And
190 billion.
do you think really it's true that a lot of people, they're going to lose their job to AI, or is just another tool they have to learn how to use? Because I believe AI is another tool that if you don't know how to use it, you will not have a job. Is that right?
Ram, it is a great question. I think AI levels up everyone. It democratizes opportunities, For example, in the 1980s, calculator made everyone a good mathematician, right? Because calculator provided a tool for them to calculate. It is same for us nowadays. Everyone has the equal same chance to succeed nowadays, because if writing was not your upside, nowadays writing is your upside, because you can create so many blog posts, but so I think everyone can become a great writer. They can express themselves. They can accomplish their goals. AI can become their thinking partner. So what is excuse not using this most revolutionary technology? Everyone should use to their advantage.
And do you think, is it like a lot of people are saying, especially writers are saying that, whatever AI does is not going to be the actual things that written by a writer, like a actual writer. Like AI, I think is going to adapt how the writers write things right now, and it's getting much better to understand every writer's skill. Do you think we get to the point that writers, they're not going to be interested in writing anymore?
I think, Rami, I think it is. It should be used. It should be used on a daily basis. I think I use Perplexity, ChatGPT, I use Midjourney, different generative AI tools to my advantage. So I can, for example, I can improve business efficiency by up to 40-50%, and I can reduce operational costs by up to 30-40%. Just imagine that I'm getting ahead in business because of ChatGPT. So, for example, global AI market value is expected to reach $267 billion by 2027. And just imagine, Rami, that 28% of companies use AI for marketing purposes. Only 12% of businesses use AI for content creation. Only 12%, Rami. So
Only 12%? Wow, I thought it should be more than that.
No. And 44% of companies use AI to lower operational costs, and 84% global business organizations believe that AI will give them a competitive advantage. So just imagine that artificial intelligence is going to replace 30% of human workforce by 2030, and which means that 375 million people will switch other careers by 2030. And according to the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report, AI-powered machines will replace 85 million jobs by 2025.
Do you think how this is going to affect digital marketing agencies or media agencies?
I think many jobs will be automated. Many jobs, and because I think AI's contribution to global economy will be $50.7 trillion by 2030. So nowadays, global economy is worth $100 trillion nowadays. So by 2030, AI's contribution to global GDP will be $15.7 trillion. And so, as I mentioned, that only 28% of companies and 12% they use for marketing and content creation purposes, and 62% of B2B and 38% of B2C businesses plan to use AI for content generation to assist their content marketing efforts. And so I think processes are going to be automated, and it is very important to use AI to get ahead and to stay ahead of the car.
You worked with so many startups. You are an advisor to so many startups. How did you advise these people to catch up with the new technology or even the concept? Because I have seen a lot of startups right now, they're trying to use AI as their advantage to create a new service or the product. How you advise these people, what you tell them what to do?
So the more content they create, the more successful they become, Rami. It's all about positioning your startup as a media company and to enlighten, inform, and entertain global audiences. So marketing is all about winning attention and retaining attention. So lifetime value and retention are everything. So startups that fully understand the importance of lifetime value and retention are the ones that are going to win in the long term. So so many startups put all their resources in customer acquisition, but they don't go the extra mile when it comes to customer retention. Rami, customer
Okay,
retention. So
customer. That's a great thing you just said. How does a startup or any company they can get customer attention? What ways that we can get customers' attention? Because that's so important. I'm so happy you said that because it's a lot of like sounds out there. There's a lot of things that is floating out there, and how we get the attention of consumers.
so it's all about forgetting your excuses and start taking action, because many startups, many entrepreneurs are in excuses. Many marketing managers are in excuses. Many countries are in excuses. Many advertising agencies are in excuses because they want to continue telling their stories in commercials for TV channels, and they forget storytelling across social media channels. It's all about storytelling. It's all about content creation. Nowadays, Rami, it is clear as crystal that a successful brand is only built on social media. It's all about connecting with your consumers in meaningful ways. It's all about content creation. So the more content they put out, the more successful they become. So it's all about positioning your brand as a media company. It's all about putting out 40, 50, 60 pieces of content across 8, 10 social media channels every single day. There are 8.1 billion people in the world, 5.6 billion mobile users, 5.2 billion social media users. More than 5 billion people are on social media. So what is people's excuse? Startups' excuse. They don't want to create content, and they don't want to connect with their consumers in meaningful ways. Content distribution across social media channels is free. It is the first time in the history of marketing communications where, for the first time, at no cost, you can get in this game, connect with your consumers, build meaningful relationships. It costs $0 for Elon Musk to connect with consumers through social media, like X, formerly Twitter. It costs $0 to send your tweet and to connect and to show gratitude and to solve your consumers' problems. But many brands, many startups, 62% of Fortune 500 brands have disappeared from the list since 2000. 62%, Rami, 62%, So
that's amazing.
Yes, 20 years ago, there was only one company, technology company, among top 10 most valuable companies. There are 7, 8 companies among top 10 most valuable companies nowadays. 7, 8 technology companies, So if 62% of Fortune 500 brands disappeared from the list since 2000, in the foreseeable future, more than 75-80% of brands will disappear because AI is the most revolutionary technology. As I told you, it took 5 days to reach 1 million users, whereas it took years for technology giants to reach 1 million users. So I think they should capitalize on this technology to connect, to solve consumers' problems, to create more content, and startups need to become more agile, more resilient, more open-minded. Their founders should build their personal brands, because advertising is going away. We are in the streaming economy. We watch Netflix and we watch no ads. We listen to Spotify, we listen no ads. Amazon Prime, no ads. Disney Plus, no ads. Audiobooks, no ads. Podcasts, no ads. So consumers are paying more not to consume ads. So whoever uses channels for effectively, they are winning,
Basically, what I'm hearing is this: we have so many tools, including AI, to use in our advantages to tell our stories. And a lot of people, a startup, as you said, the corporate executive, media agency, whoever is out there, they're not using the tools to tell their stories in an organic way, not the paid ad way. Like, as you said, storytelling is the backbone of any company. Is that right? Or any personal?
Yes. Yes, storytelling is what builds your trust. Storytelling is what builds your community. Storytelling is what allows you to become a market leader. Storytelling is why Nike is Nike. Storytelling is why athletes make billions of dollars. Storytelling is why I am who I am today, because I have told my stories through this podcast appearance. I'm not a tycoon entrepreneur, but I built my personal brand. I went from 0 followers to 57,000 followers in 6 years on Twitter, from 2014 to 2020. I became a judge, a mentor, advisory board member. I capitalized on social media to tell my story, to build my community. So it took me $0 to build my reputation,
And that's the key, building the community. I'm sure for a lot of people that are listening or watching this, pay attention, please. Now these days is building the community, connecting with people and learning and educating, and then give them your offer. Nobody sells anything. As Vladimir says, that we all connecting with other people from the heart, not from the head, and just keep doing it. And that's, I really appreciate you, Vladimir, that you actually, I'm going to use that statement. I'm going to quote you on that connect from the heart, not from the head. That was the amazing thing that you just said. But what is in the future for you? Where you see yourself in 25? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, my goal is to move back to the United States.
Amen. You got to come to Austin, right?
Well, if I move back to the US, we will meet up for a drink, right? So
yeah.
It will be great to see you there.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to come. I come and see you. You got to come here. We're going to do some great things together.
Well, as you know, that I moved to the US when I was 18, 19, and 22 in London. I think my global experience, I have become a global citizen since I moved to the US. I'm very grateful to my friends in the US for this opportunity that I'm a guest on your podcast. For all, I'm going to be published in Success Magazine. I'm a judge at Webby Awards. I judge top 50 most influential podcasts. I'm a mentor at Techstars. I'm a mentor also at UCLA Anderson. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart from who I become because of the United States,
That's great, man. We look forward to see you in Texas, hopefully soon. You said in September. But if you want to give one piece of advice to the founder, startup, at people they're trying to build their personal brand, what that would be?
I think it's all about showing patience, starting small, building gradually, thinking long term, because so many people think short term and medium term. So long term thinking is a game, Rami. Long term thinking, because many people think about what happens in the next 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Instead, we need to start thinking what happens in the next 5 years, next 10 years, next 15 years,
I totally agree with that.
Yes,
Thank you.
It is very important also to put our eggs into different baskets and to have different revenue streams and to build our presence across 8-10 social media channels that dominate this mobile device,
Amazing. Vladimir, I'm so motivated by your passion and your energy for not only the people that you're trying to help, but the whole technology and everything else. I hope we have more people like you that trying to help and educate people and connect with them from the heart, not from the head. But once again, thank you for being here. It means so a lot for me that you actually accepted to be on the show, and I'm so grateful for that because I learned so much. This podcast, this show is all about education because I believe everyone has a story and we all can learn from their stories. And then when we share their stories, we all can help one another and learn. But thank you for being here, and I look forward to see you in Texas.
Thank you, Rami. I wish you all the best. Thank you.